Hey everyone, I wanted to get on here today to talk a little bit about understanding yourself as a spiritual being. So, as we're going through this system and we're going through everything that we're going through in life, and we start to understand that we are spiritual beings, you know, and that we are living on these three different planes of existence, at least here right now, spiritual, mental, and physically. You have to understand that, everything starts, from non physical or metaphysical things, even the fact that we have to breathe air, different things like that, and the different energies that we get from the sun and different, what people will call radiation or different things like that. We have to be able to understand that as a spiritual being, there's a lot of different energies and a lot of different frequencies and vibrations that we pick up on that we actually absorb into ourselves as we go through this life. So, as a spiritual being, we have to be able to understand what exactly makes up ourselves. So, when you're going through your path and you're doing your practices, your meditations, your affirmations and everything, these should be coming from a place of understanding yourself. If you can't understand yourself as a spiritual being, then you're not going to be able to get some of this deeper metaphysical knowledge, some of this deeper knowledge that is out here and that is available to you. It's available to everyone as long as you're actually looking for it. A lot of people say that they understand different metaphysical things and they know it and they know it hard, but really and truly we are all beginners, we are all learners here on this path. There is nothing that we truly fully understand. There are things that we might have a deeper grasp of some knowledge on, but it's not that we fully understand it, because while you're here and you're still attached to these different things here, as in your mental and your physical, then there's going to be certain things that you can't fully understand because you would have to be in a different state of being, a different state of understanding, a different state of knowing. We are spiritual beings, but we're in this experience right now. So until we are outside of this experience, then we won't be able to fully understand the experience. It's like when people say, the grass is greener on the other side. People say, the outside looking in. And you're like, okay, you can see all the things that are going on the other side when you're not involved in it. That's the same thing, that we're experiencing here. As a spiritual being, we're now, in this experience, so we're inside of it. So there's certain things that we're missing. There's certain things that we aren't fully able to pick up on and actually understand, at least in this system as it is right now. So you have to understand that it's okay to say that you don't fully know something, you don't fully understand something, overstand it, understand it, but you can have a grasp of it, at least a grasp of what you need to at this point in time. And it's okay if you don't have the same grasp as somebody else, because you're on your journey, you're on your own spiritual journey, you're on your own experience. So you might have to understand some things differently. You might understand some things in a different perspective. I'm not saying that you understand less, you understand more, you just understand it differently. You're at a different level, you're at a different frequency and vibration of it. You have a different perspective and understanding of it. And I use the words understanding because that's how people are able to grasp this type of information, as well, whether they understand it, they know it, they grasp it. But really and truly, it's an inner, say it's an inner feeling. It's an inner vibration, an inner frequency within you that once you start resonating with and once you start understanding more about where this frequency is coming from, because it's coming from yourself, it's coming from your spiritual being, because again, we are spiritual beings. So this information is all within us. It's all a part of us. We are a part of this information. This information is a part of us. So as you're going through this journey and you're trying to understand more, you got to understand more about yourself. You got to be able to get that information from inside of you. You have to be able to get that information from the energies and frequencies that you're, interacting with on a daily basis, a nightly basis. Everything that you're coming into contact with, you have to be able to fully grasp it. And when I say fully grasp it, I mean grab a hold of that energy to be able to see it and, say analyze it. Try to figure out what it is and the deeper questions that come along with it. Because no matter what, we're not going to fully understand it. We're not going to fully grasp it. Things are going to be without of our understanding. Things might be, what we say is very simple. Some things might be complicated, but if we understand a lot of different things out here, we'll be like, okay, now we're even more confused because there's a lot of different contradictory information. There's contradictory, energies and frequencies and vibrations. But as you start going along your journey, you start realizing that it's not that it's contradictory. It's just that it's coming from a different perspective. It's a different type of frequency and vibration that it's coming from. And in order to understand it, and not just understand it, in order to, start to come to terms with it, that's a better way to say it. Actually come to terms with this information is, to change your perspective. Change your perspective to what that energy is so that you can resonate with it and that you can have a deeper understanding of it. Here you have a deeper, resonation with that energy, with that vibration, with that frequency. Because as spiritual beings, we being a part of all this energy and a part of all these frequencies and vibrations around us, we have to understand that there's going to be a lot of different things going on. There's going to be a lot of different ways, a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different, knowledge that you can get as long as you start to, transform that way you're looking at things, because as we, traverse this world, traverse these different planes, there's different things that we're going to pass over. There's going to be different things that we pass by. There's going to be different experiences that we have. So you have to be able to understand that it's okay to not understand. It's okay to not know something. Because, this mental and physical shell that we are in can only hold so much information. It can only hold so much energy, so much, vibration, so much frequency. It can only resonate on a certain level because, the physicality resonates at a certain frequency. Your mental resonates at a certain frequency. So as you're going with your spiritual practices, you start to understand that all these different frequencies have different ways to be accessed. That's why people talk about how meditation changes your life so much, because once you meditate, that's actually you kind of like a radio tuning into these different frequencies and vibrations. It's you trying to understand, and not even understand, you trying to tune in to what it is saying, tune in to what it is feeling, tune in to what it is actually putting out and what it is resonating with and what its meaning is behind it. Now, after you stop tuning into it, a lot of times, that information might go away. Like you might be in a deep state of meditation and you get into some really deep, truths about yourself, some really deep understanding about different frequencies and vibrations that are going on around you. But then when you get out of that state of meditation, it goes away. It's hard to remember it. Just like when you dream, you're like, okay, when you're in the dream and you're understanding these things, you're doing the different things in the dream realms, then when you wake up, it goes away. Because now you're not resonating on that frequency. You're not resonating on that certain vibration. So you have to understand that, as we're going through this world and as we're understanding the different things that are going on around us, things will change. Our perspective changes. It's constantly changing because we're switching between these different frequencies and these different vibrations. So you have to be able to actually resonate with these vibrations, when it's needed. It's not that you're going to resonate with it all the time. That's why you can't say that you truly understand. You truly know everything that's going on. You can't say that you are 100% certain about something, because once you start to look at things from a spiritual aspect, and you start looking at things from a different mental aspect, your understanding of it changes. The things that you were thinking about before, the things that you thought you understood before are different now. So you can't say that you have that 100% grasp of knowledge. You can't say that you have that 100% true understanding, because as we are here in this experience, we can only understand and experience as much as the frequency and vibration and energy of this realm, and these realms that we are traversing, actually allow. Because there are different, as people say, universal laws, universal rules that are actually here in place while we're on this earth and on this plane of existence. So that is what we're going to be able to resonate. That is what we're going to be able to understand. And until we're able to, basically go into those different realms and different frequencies and have those different things to understand from, we won't fully, grasp it. And this is not me saying that there is a limit to what you can understand. What I'm saying is that at any given time, you can only understand or you can only resonate with a certain amount, because that's what your frequency and resonation level is at that point in time. And I know this might confuse some people, but, go back and, listen to it again. Do your inner search, do that meditation, do that, really quiet, still time, and quiet yourself in order so that you can listen to what your spirit is saying, listen to what you are saying, listen to what your truest being is actually telling you and actually resonating with. And then you'll start to understand these deeper truths. You'll start to understand these things that are about yourself, and you'll start to be able to, people say like, oh, people have different abilities to do different things like Reiki, like healing, or people are able to communicate with plants. People are have these different abilities. It's because they are tapping into those resonations of frequencies and vibrations that are allowing them to do that. Because all of us, and when I say us, I mean like every single being here has the ability to do things. They have the ability to heal, they have the ability to do things, but it's what level of frequency and vibration of resonance that you're going to be on at that time to be able to resonate with that information, to be able to resonate with that frequency, to be able to do it. So you have to understand, where you are at. Again, I bring this back to, you have to understand where your frequency is, where your vibration is. What are you resonating with at that time? Because that's going to allow you to understand what you can do at that time, what you are able to do, and until you are able to really, resonate with a different level of that frequency. And when I say level, it's just a different part of it. It's not like there's higher and lower levels. It's just a different part of it because it's all one whole, and we're just understanding different parts of things. So until you can, resonate with that different part of that frequency, that different part of that vibration, that different part of that energy, you might not, truly grasp it. You might not be able to understand it while you were here because you're not resonating with that particular part of that energy. You're not resonating with that particular frequency. But that's okay, because as we're going through this journey and we're actually learning about things, there's going to be times where we resonate with certain things. There's going to be times where we don't resonate with it. But it's all okay as long as you are, doing what you are supposed to be doing. You are looking at what you have going on in as far as your spiritual, mental, and physical aspects and what you can resonate with at the time, because that's going to allow you to understand more of what's actually going on around you. So just take some time to actually think about, and when I say think, I mean not only just think, really go within, really resonate with yourself. Put out that resonation and frequency on all three levels. Once your spirit, mental, and physical resonate on the same frequency, so that you can get that full understanding, that full grasping, that complete understanding of yourself. And that means that understanding yourself in the moment. Because again, every moment things are changing. So what you understand and grasp in this moment might be something different in the next moment. So just take some time and hey, you might find something out.